I want to talk to you now about the most exciting thing that I've ever worked on in my career. This is the most magical time in our industry ever, the most exciting time. It's a phenomenal time. There's never been time when things have happened faster. We've never seen more innovation. We've never seen more change. We've never seen more advancement. And this is the third wave of computing. We've been waiting for this wave of computing to hit, and it is fully hitting now. And I'm sure anyone here who recognizes that we are moving into this incredible new time. We call it, obviously the Internet of Customers. Others call it about the Internet of Things. CES this week is all about the Internet of Things. I'm on the board of Cisco. We call it the Internet of Everything. The power of that, the power of the third wave of computing is that we went through a wave of computing with mainframes that, was important from a technology point of view. Thousands of computers and proprietary SNA networks and terminals, and then we went into the huge, client-server computing revolution and millions of computers and PCs and networks. But we are coming into something that's so huge that I don't think we've ever seen anything like it. And it's really blowing up, really, our entire industry, changing everything, putting all the status quo, on point and saying, hey, we all have to change. We all have to evolve. We all have to move forward. Everything is going to change. We have to change with it. As individuals, we have to change. As organizations, we have to change. And it has a whole new set of characteristics. For me, it started, I'm sure you know, about 3 or 4 years ago now, where that CEO of Toyota, Akio Toyoda, came to me and said, what is the future of Toyota? What is the future of Toyota? And, we don't really know about cars at Salesforce. Well, let's come up with some ideas. And then finally said, well, what about this idea? You've got a Toyota Corolla. You've got the Toyota Tacoma. What about if your next car is called the Toyota Friend? I've got 5,000 friends on Facebook. Why is my car not my friend? Why is my car not connected? Not on a one-to-one relationship where I can talk to my car on my phone and check, is it charged and all of that. But why is it that my car is not my friend on Facebook? Why can I not talk to the dealer? Why can I not talk to the factory? Why can I not talk to other drivers? Why can I not collaborate and share? And that is what the Internet of Things is. Our idea was simple. It's not just an Internet of Things. It's an Internet of Customers. But because behind that car is a driver, is a customer of Toyota. Behind that aircraft engine, with a phenomenal API, with phenomenal analytics coming out of the next generation of aircraft engines from General Electric, is a customer. Behind that next generation Caterpillar tractor that is on the network, that has a community of drivers and engineers supporting it, is a customer. And even the Coke machines that we've had at Dreamforce, which are on the internet, well, behind everything, behind every tweet, behind every app, behind every post, behind everything is a customer. And this defines the third wave of computing. It's 50 billion connected things. That is amazing. And it's being defined by these changes and catalysts that we see in our industry, like social networks, where now we have 4.5 billion users. And we've been talking about that in these conferences here in New York now for quite a few years, talking about how social was really going to change business, change all of our lives, that it's a paradigm for collaboration and sharing that we just didn't have before. And it's about the cloud, which makes things happen faster because you don't have to build your own infrastructure. And it's about mobile. Today we have about 1.5 billion smartphones in the world today. I'm sure everyone here has one of these devices on them. It wasn't that long ago I'd call for a show of hands. How many people have their phone with them? How many people have their tablet with them? How many people have their iPad with them? Today everybody has not just one or two, but several devices with them. And mobile is changing, and we're about to move from 1.5 billion of these devices to where every cell phone is a smartphone, and that will be 5 billion smartphones. And if you read Marc Andreessen's editorial last week in the Wall Street Journal, you saw this tremendous catalyst that's emerging for future growth for our industry. And then, as he brilliantly said, sensors are the peace dividends of the cell phone wars. 1 trillion connected sensors, 50 billion connected products. We have this phenomenal customer called Philips. I'm sure a lot of you use this. It's great set of products they have. It's a very diverse company. You know, they have CT scanners and ultrasound machines. We showed their new ultrasound machine at Dreamforce. And, of course, the product that I never go anywhere without is my Philips toothbrush. And I'm ready. Because I love to brush. And I go and I'm, you know, after a major presentation, I'm ready to brush my teeth, and I use this, you know, ultrasonic care toothbrush, and it's a fantastic product. Picked these up at Costco, and I've probably had 20, 30 of these things, and I'll tell you, what's interesting about it is that the nature of this product is changing. And why is it changing? Why is something as simple as the toothbrush is changing? Well, you know, every time I go into the dentist, the first thing he asks me, I sit down in the chair, and my dentist's name is Kirk, and I sit down, I go, well, Mark, you know, welcome, how are you doing? Good, have you been traveling? Where were you? I was in New York, okay, and did you brush? And what is the first, oh yeah, I brush, oh yeah, I've been brushing every day, 3 times a day, carry my toothbrush everywhere I go, I got my floss, my toothbrush, I'm ready, Kirk. He goes, great job, Mark. Can I have your Philips login ID so I can just check that? I just want to check so that we have the level of trust and transparency between you, my patient, and me, your dentist. Don't you want to have transparency and trust with me, your dentist? And I'm like, Kirk, here is my login ID for Philips, and you can see how I've been holding the toothbrush and how many times and any gaps. And that's an amazing new world for the relationship between me and my dentist. But what about my relationship with Philips? You know, I go to Costco and I buy these because I'm always leaving them in, you know, hotel bathrooms. I don't know if you've ever done that. And do you think my name and my address, my phone number, my email address is in Philips' database anywhere? No. Because I buy them at Costco. It's kind of an anonymous purchase, you know, sneaking through the aisles, grabbing the toothbrush, throwing it in my cart, getting in the checkout. I got the toothbrush. I'm in the car. I'm on my way out. I've bought 50 of these. Okay? But now, when I get the new one at home, it'll say, well, now put your Philips username and password in, and we know who you are. That's the Internet of Customers. The Internet of Customers is that who was anonymous is known. And where there wasn't perhaps the greatest level of transparency, now there is trust. Congratulations. That's Elizabeth Pinkham. She runs all of our events. How about a huge hand for her? I was at this phenomenal conference this summer, and there was this panel, and the panel was all the sports commissioners, like the football commissioner, the baseball commissioner, the basketball commissioner, and the hockey commissioner. And they're making an argument why their franchises will be worth more in the Internet of Things than it was before in the last generation of client-server computing. Why would that be? Well, today, let's say I am a fan of the San Francisco 49ers, and I go to a 49ers game, very excited. We're in the playoffs. We've got another exciting playoff game coming. Phenomenal. I buy some tickets on StubHub, and I'm ready to go out, and I've got my cell phone. I'm ready to go. I've got my 49er phone, and I'm like now dialing in, checking in. Okay, let's go 49ers. I get to the stadium, come into the stadium, get to my seat, and I'm like checking in. Okay, now, let me ask you a question. The last time you got to the sports stadium, did they say to you, hey, thanks for being a 50-yard line owner for the last 10 years. Great job. Thanks for coming to the stadium. We're giving you $10 off today, all your concession products, you know, your Cokes and your hot dogs and all that, because you're such a great customer of the San Francisco 49ers. Hey, half off on your new iPhone case today, actually, because you're such a great customer of ours. Oh, and you want to get connected to other customers who are sitting with you that you've been sitting with for 10 years, but you only know them by their first name? Well, you can create a community. And the relationship between the fan and the sports team is going to go from being anonymous to being known. And when I walk in to that stadium, it's going to know me. When I walk into the fan store, it's going to know me. When I show up on the video game with my new Sony PlayStation 4 or my Xbox 360 and I'm playing Madden football and I'm playing the 49er game, it's going to know me. If I'm on the San Francisco 49er app on my iPhone, it's going to know me. If I'm on the Twitter feed for the 49ers, it's going to know me. And when I get an email from the 49ers, it's going to know me. We're going to move to this new world of one-to-one marketing, this new idea of one-to-one relationships. And then this kind of code of B2C, business to consumer. Have you heard of that? B2C also is kind of code of, we don't really know who you are. So we have to like advertise blanketly on television. And we're going to transform B2C from this kind of big anonymous world to one-to-one marketing where we actually know we're able to deliver you targeted messages, ideas, product that's appropriate for you. And of course, you've opted in. And this idea of the product and mobile and social and web and the stadium and email and the store and community is all built exactly for you. This huge transformation that's coming in one-to-one. You got to take it to one level further. I actually had this great experience. I was having dinner with the Stanford football coach before the Rose Bowl game in December. And I was hearing about all the incredible and really innovative things Stanford is doing. A little bit hard for me as a USC alumni, but we had a tough year, so I'm happy for him. But we did beat him, but let's not talk about that. But here we are, we're having this great dinner, and one of the things he's lamenting is, well, if you actually talk to these college football coaches, they don't have as many great candidates coming in from high schools. Did you know that? Why is that? Well, it's because of all the concussion marketing that's going on. If you read the news reports, you'll see it's not necessarily great to keep getting hit in the head all the time, okay, if you're in high school football. But they actually don't have that much data on it yet. But they have a general philosophy or general theory of why that is. So let's just take that one step further. How long will it be where the football has a sensor in it? And when I go out and I start throwing the football with my friends, I'm not just seeing, hey, are we receiving the football at the end of the game? I'll take out my iPhone and I'm going to see everything that I did with them, how fast it was going, how many times I've received it, how long it went, what the GPS locations were of the football. And when I put the pads on my shoulders and on my knees and I do all those things and I'm getting ready to go out onto the field, and in my helmet, it's all a smart helmet and it's smart pads and it's smart knees and all those things. And the whole transformation of sports changes, not just in the one-to-one relationship of the customer, but where all the products become smart. The smart baseball, the smart bat, the smart football, all the smart soccer ball, and all the software that connects to it to help us manage our sports teams, and the high school teams, the junior league teams, the college teams, the little league teams. Everything becomes known. And you get back to that problem that the Stanford coach who's trying to recruit more people in, can say, well, actually, I know that you haven't been hit that many times because you wear one of these smart helmets, and we can see that's not something that's going on with you. You're still green. You're not red yet. You're green. That's pretty transformational. Think about how the whole sporting industry, from professional sports to amateur sports to individual sports, changes in the world of the Internet of customers. It's a phenomenal time when everything changes. All of our business change. Everything transforms. Everything goes forward. All of us and everything that we're doing. That's why it's more important than ever for us when we leave an event like this or Dreamforce to go back and ask, how do we become a customer company? How do we transform our business? How do we change our business? How do we evolve? Well, how does it have to change with our employees? How are they going to collaborate in a new way? How do they collaborate with our partners in a new way? What about our products? If we could be Toyota, we could be Philips, we could be any company, any industry. How are those connected products going to change us? And how do we get there before our competitor does? And how do connected devices change? How do those mobile phones and all the software that needs to make it fun and exciting and easy? I wear one of these great Fitbit devices. Has really changed my life. And I try to hit my 10,000 steps every day. And I try to get on there, and my scale is connected to it and the whole thing, and it's constantly reading into my phone. That connected device, it's connected back to give us that awareness, to give us that motivation, to show us kind of how we're going to hit our goals. The question is not, are we going to make the change? It's, are we ready now to make that change? We have to make that change. And when we look at the key aspects of our business, whether it's the very people that we work with every day, or how we're providing customer service in a world when everything is connected, or how are we doing sales when everything is connected? How does it have to change? How does it have to evolve? How are we going to do that marketing? How are we going to do that next best offer in the world of one-to-one? I have this great customer that I love in Tokyo, and the company is called Canon. And I don't know if you've been following a lot of their work, but we've been working with them really closely, and they're a great company, and Murase-san is their chairman, is a phenomenal executive. This is their new product, and I just went on vacation, and I took this with me, and it's not just a great camera, but it has a button on it right here, which is the connected product button. And you hit this button, and it connects automatically to your iPhone, syncs all your photos, connects you to Canon, and the next step for them is to do exactly what Amazon has done, a Mayday button. I have problems all the time where I need help directly from Canon. I want to be able to connect to them, get support from them, find out about their next products. I want to become a better photographer. In the world of connected products, how does all those things change? What is the opportunity for Canon to move forward and every company to move forward? It doesn't matter if you're a B2C customer or you're a B2B customer. Every company is transforming. Every company is going forward. And this is the greatest time in our industry ever. So how do you do that? How do you become a customer company? Well, we've been asking this question now for some time. And as we ask it ourselves, we recognize our products have to change. We have to change. We have to go forward in Salesforce. And we take these messages home, and we say, now how are we going to transform our work? How do we transform our whole product line? And the way we do that is very simply by introducing a dramatically new customer platform. And we did that at Dreamforce with Salesforce1. And we've never been more excited about a product like Salesforce1. It is our new customer platform. And the adoption that it's getting, the momentum that it's getting, the new apps that are getting built on it, the ISV adoption, the developer adoption, the customer adoption has been phenomenal in only a few weeks. This is a customer platform for the Internet of Customers. And it's actually very interesting because in the world of the Internet of Customers, there's a lot of different parts, a lot of different, I would say, constituents that you have to address when you build technology. And I want to talk about that briefly.